This looks better. Okay. We're live. Welcome, everyone. This is the start of the 2022 Inktober Portrait Challenge. My name is Dorian. I've been teaching drawing and painting for over 10 years. And a few weeks ago, something magical happened in my shading course where two students had the initiative to start a no-tan drawing challenge. Just a drawing challenge about values and composition. And out of that came the idea for doing this Inktober Portrait Challenge. And we're doing it, the three of us are hosting it together. So that's Kia and Hofan. We are the team for this public open event that anyone can participate in. And I would love if you could introduce yourselves briefly. Maybe Kia, you can start.
Hi everybody, I am Kia, I am Italian. And as Dorian said, we met last summer in his shading course that was super cool. And I'm here to learn with you, with all of you. And the idea is to create a community where we can grow and learn together. And one thing that is very important for me to say is that this is a challenge, and a challenge is not a competition. So any level, any skill level is welcome. Also because sometimes it could be intimidating to be with a very, very good artist like Dorian, just for example. And so you are all welcome, and I hope that we are going to learn together. And Hofan, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, I'm Hofan. I'm from Hong Kong. If you've been on the Discord server, you might know me as Mango Burn. So that's me. I'm very, very excited for this month. He and I spent a month doing no-tan, and it really helped my skills to really work and commit to working seriously on something. And it was great to have support. And we thought it would be nice to share this kind of support and encouragement and this kind of dialogue we have while doing things together. So I'm hoping this month, I'm very, very excited for this month. I'm very excited already. We're seeing amazing work and like all these contributions. So just excited.
Thank you. All right, so as we mentioned, we run a Discord server. That's where people upload their work and where we all communicate. You can join us there, wherever you're seeing this, watching this. It's totally public, it's totally free. Please join us. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about why you're doing this challenge. And there's some time for questions. You'll have time to meet your fellow artists. We'll do breakout groups here on Zoom. We'll make a calendar, which looks something like this, if you can see in my video, to keep track of your drawings. I find that very helpful. I've done that in the past. And we'll draw the first drawing prompt together. So we'll provide daily drawing prompts that you can follow, or you can choose your own prompt or just draw a portrait. The focus is on portraits, and as it's Inktober, on working with ink. And for me, that includes any permanent media. So it can be markers or anything like that that you can't erase. Exactly, Asia. So before we go to breakout, actually let's open to people here on Zoom. And just I'm asking into the round, into the collective, why are you here today? What are you hoping to learn or to gain from being here and participating? Just speak. It'll be fine. We'll manage.
Okay, so I start. I had started another challenge, 100 heads, some time ago. I think it was last month, and I'm at 68 right now. So as I've already mentioned on the Discord server, this challenge is perfect for me because thanks to it, I can fill all the remaining boxes in my 100 heads challenge. So that's great. And I also wanted to go back to the basics, to inks and maybe use my fountain pens more since I've already bought them. So yeah, that's great. Yeah, that's it from me.
Thank you. Really cool to have that collection of portraits that's already started, and now you're going to finish that. Very cool. What else? What brings you here today?
I'm Francisca, and I'm here because I always avoided drawing people and portraits because I thought they always look bad when I draw them because you have to be very precise and mistakes are easy to spot. But I thought with this challenge I will do my best and try to make portraits and really try something that really challenges me.
Awesome. Yes.
And Dorian is a great teacher, so that's very motivating.
Thank you.
Hi, I would like to speak. I'm Anne-Marie, and I'm a good friend of Kia. And of course, I heard from her about this challenge, and I know Dorian, and I'm making his course right now. So I'm super happy about the challenge because I love drawing portraits, but on the other side, I always struggle to commit to a medium that's like permanent. So I'm always with the pencil and erasing, and so I force myself this time to really use the ink, and and probably there will be a good result because it's always good to make something like this. So yeah, I'm happy about it.
Very cool. Glad to have you. Eugenia, were you about to speak?
Yeah, so hello everyone, I'm Eugenia. I've been doing the shading course as well. It's been a while since I graduated, and I've been doing a lot of digital art, really a lot of digital art the past years, and a challenge like this is a great way to reconnect to a different side and just work on paper again. And I'm so excited to spend a month with you, everyone.
Lovely. All right. So in the interest of time, let's continue and go to breakout groups. And I have 2 questions. Well, first of all, of course, you're going to introduce yourself if you haven't already here in the big circle. But then 2 questions for your small groups. And I think we'll do 3 to 4 participants in the groups. What's your commitment level? Is the first question. So that means, are you going to draw daily, or every other day, or once a week, or every Wednesday and Saturday, or whatever works for you? What can you commit to? For myself, I'm going to commit to every other day, because I have committed to something like this in the past, to draw every day, and I missed maybe 5 days, and in the end I felt like I failed. But if I say I commit to every other day, and in the end, the days in between where I still feel like drawing, or I have time or energy, I'll do it, and I'll maybe overachieve, and I'll feel much more satisfied with myself. And then second question, why are you doing this challenge? And take a moment to find something that brings up an emotional response in you, like a feeling of passion or care. If you don't have that, you're probably not going to last. Even if you say, I draw weekly, I make 4 drawings in the month. If you don't know why you're doing it, if you don't have any feeling for it, then you should leave now. Then it means you don't care, and life is too short. There are many other things you could be doing. But if you think you want to draw portraits, get better at drawing portraits, there has to be there is a reason already there for you. And sharing in the group, you might also find more clarity around what that reason is for you. So I can find the button, breakout rooms. There we go. You should have invitations now. I'll call you back in 15 to 20 minutes. So, yeah. See you soon. There's some amazing people here. Use the opportunity to meet each other. And if you're watching on YouTube, let's see if we can answer some questions in the meantime. Looks like just Henry is there. So what else did we have on our to-do list? What could we
I was kind of
offer
curious
people?
for those of you watching YouTube, if any of you have like joined Inktober before, or even done something like a portrait challenge. And if you do, if you could share some tips or experiences. Because for me, for example, I've never done an Inktober challenge. So this is very exciting for me. And so if you could share any tips in the YouTube channel about things that you learned from your previous Inktober challenge or any other challenge, portrait challenge, for example, I would love to hear like any tips that you have. I would like to give them a link to Discord so people could look at it, go in there, see what we're doing. Yeah, that would be really great. So let's see.
I posted a link.
Beautiful. And Kia, did you do Inktober last year?
Yeah, I did the two. Actually, I did the two challenges.
Mm.
One is something that I choose. I wanted to draw portraits of poets that I love because I love poetry. And the second one was a challenge that I found on Instagram, and the name was Bridgetober, and it was about drawing something of a bridgeman every day. And for me, it was good because I could draw some anatomy. But yeah, it was hard to do 2 drawings every day for the whole month in ink. But yeah, it was fun. And at the end, I felt that I was learning and I could post every day 2 drawings. Oh, but my family was crazy about this. But okay, it was okay. Yeah,
I'm actually quite curious because we're learning about our community as we go, and we're asking people in the community to give us prompts and so on. But so we're trying to decide. We had a lot of discussion about like what kind of prompts, how many prompts, do we want it to be educational, do we want it to be fun? And so in the end, we tried to settle for a variety of things where we offered different types of things thematically. We have days of the weeks to practice, for example, facial features, head construction, doing notan, and so on. So we have some very skill-based things, but we wanted also to offer the flexibility where people could opt in and opt out. Like they could join our daily challenge and have those community gatherings like we do here to get feedback, but also do their own thing too. So yeah, it's it's going to be exciting to see, how this community grows together and, responds to what we have. Oh, we have a new friend.
Cool. And of course, any suggestion is welcome. It's good to see how maybe we choose different things that we love and we learn in different ways sometimes.
It was very interesting doing the Notan challenge review here, because I felt like it was nice that we were, what I liked about it was the instructions were very clear, and it was because we were doing it from the same image, we had a sort of an objective criteria to do it, but at the same time, we could see the different artistic choices each of us made. So that was really fun for me. So I'm hoping by doing the same prompts, we will be able to, when we gather on Saturday, be able to compare our work and look at the different artistic choices from the same prompt. That for me is quite exciting.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Super. It was super good. Yeah, and also we had fun doing this, and repeating maybe some things. And I felt really like I was using pencils in some way, and little by little I found also a different way also asking you and talking with you a different way to use pencils and to do value and not on studies. It was super cool. And also, of course, with the help of Dorian, with his feedback. So with his experience, of course. And yeah, it was super good.
One great aspect of doing a challenge like this, I think, for me, is that there's a start date and there's an end date. Because if I just have a goal of getting better at drawing, it feels like an endless thing. But if I say the next 10 days, I'm going to draw 1 hour every day, or the next 30 days, do a portrait every other day, then I have a goal to get to, which helps me, that kind of structure. And then the weekly calls that we did and are going to do here also gives a bit of a rhythm.
I also feel like the human interaction part is quite important, because I think online or on the forum, it can, it's a different type of exchange. And then just to meet the people you've been working with all week is quite exciting for me.
Yeah, it's super good. Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, sometimes when you are on I feel this thing that when you are on a social media, sometimes if you don't know people and you don't know their faces, we evolve like human species with our senses. So we just read and write, and we don't know the voice, we don't know the face, we don't know. So it's super good to meet sometimes. We cannot meet in person, but we can meet here at least. Yeah, that's super.
And I feel like that was, I felt like that was one of the main things for the shading course compared to other online courses for me, that suddenly I had, you know, a weekly deadline that I had to submit before I could get feedback, right? So I had that push, but at the same time, I had this community of people with me. So I really do believe in, you know, drawing together in that sense, because before I was like just doing something, you know, randomly every day, motivating myself. But when you have a bunch of people being motivated together, it becomes a lot easier. What about you, Dorian?
Oh yeah, Dorian.
What are your plans for this?
You're the king.
For this challenge? Yeah.
Are you going to draw? Yeah, you draw.
Every other day. Yeah. I have some other projects going on, and if it becomes too much, I may readjust. My main goal is to have fun and to nurture community and to be in exchange. For these calls and just the interactions on the forum give me a lot. Makes me super happy to see people come together and make art. Abhimanyu, I'm not sure if I pronounced your name correctly. We have sent people to breakout rooms, and if you want, you can join a room that's already there. I'm sure they will welcome you warmly. People are introducing themselves and just answering the 2 questions that are on the screen. If you want to hang out here, I think we'll bring everyone back in. What do you think? It's been 13, 14 minutes? No, less.
Oh, let's see what they're doing on YouTube.
There's a lot.
Did the course begin? Can I join it still? Yes, you can. It's not a course really. It's it's a fun challenge. So today is the first day. So yes, you can definitely jump in, but you can jump in any time that you want as well, and commit as much or as little as you want in there. I've joined it. That's nice. Yeah, please do. Please join us, Belle.
Yeah, Flavio says that he did Inktober with his daughter, and they did.
Anyone who has kids and you know consistently does art, I really respect. It's a big commitment.
It is possible that one of my son will join but I don't know. Yeah. They draw all this, you know, like splatter stuff with people killing each other always. So, but they start to know a little how to use the ink, the pencil, you know, anatomy too. They do great splatter stuff.
Yeah.
I just
And
realized.
also one,
sorry.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I
On
wanted to
YouTube-
say.
Oh. Go ahead.
Now I wanted to say that we are Dorian and me and Hoffman. We are planning to host some people, some teachers, some artists, famous and very good, probably in the next meeting. And we hope to have here. We cannot say the names
Have guests.
because to have guests. We will see.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
To draw with us, or to give
Yeah.
feedback on some of the work that's been done, or
To
just
inspire.
to chat about art and life.
To inspire us.
What were you going to say, Dorian?
I just realized on YouTube that our camera feeds somehow was stuck to the upper right-hand corner, even though I placed the camera in the middle. So sorry about that. I think only the current speaker was showing up. So I stopped the screen share. So now we're here a bit more visible. I feel like we should call people back soon.
Okay. Let's call them back.
I'll send a message saying like 2 more minutes. And 2 people came in and I assigned them to rooms and they have joined those rooms. So that's cool.
Yay!
So how many
I'm always-
people here?
13 total.
13, yeah.
Nice.
I'm always enjoying in the shading course to join those rooms. Just pop in, say hey, and listen in and contribute, and then move on to the next room. Breakout room hopping. Super fun. But we're not going to do that now because it's going to be a bit disorienting, I think, for people watching the recording.
To see you jumping in the rooms.
We could jump.
You could jump. 1 more minute.
Surprise.
No, I think they'll be too surprised. Yes, it'll be good to hear what they say.
So if everyone watching on YouTube, feel free to keep commenting. We'll keep one eye on YouTube and one eye on our chat here, or maybe 2 pairs each. We are 3 hosts, so it should be okay.
You
and
know what's
you're
interesting?
welcome to join
I
the
feel
Discord
like-
server as well.
Yeah, I feel like, we have a lot of prompts, and I'm someone who actually likes very simple things. So I feel like right now I'm faced with a whole buffet of courses. And so I'm going to try to integrate the prompts together to see if I can stack them so it doesn't feel like it's going all over the place.
And combine them with courses you're taking, or just combine
Oh,
prompts?
no, just combine the prompts. So for example, if I'm doing a 1-line portrait, I might bring it thematically in later. Like I want to try to integrate the things. Otherwise it will feel like,
That makes sense.
Yeah, and I want to give myself the freedom to, even though I'm helping host it, to, jump out of the daily
Sure.
prompt stream and then really work. Maybe, so I would like to, for example, work on one prompt for a while as well.
Yeah. Room 3 seems very engaged, and they are still in there.
You only have 3 more seconds.
That's a good sign, I think. Okay, we have everyone back. Welcome back. What would you like to share from your small group conversation? New insights, new questions that came up. You can make a compliment to someone in your group.
Yes, of course. Then I'd like to start.
Go for it.
My group was amazing. Everyone's really passionate, looking forward to the challenge. And shout out to Steven, who's the biggest comic connoisseur of the whole group and was teaching us single-handedly more awesome stuff to check out.
Very cool.
Well, we got a bit stuck talking about comics. so we did not have so much time to talk about our motivation. But for Franziska, who sadly had to leave, she's going to concert. For Franziska and me, our devotion to comics strips is part of our motivation to do this Inktober challenge, because we admire the simplicity, the seeming simplicity of comics, to express something realistic with just a few lines. Yeah, and for me personally, drawing faces never was satisfying. They never looked like I wanted them to. You could say it's my kryptonite in drawing. So I wanted to change that.
I think a big part of that is volume, just drawing a lot of faces.
I think
and
so.
We have the opportunity for doing that this month. What else? Would you like to share anything from your group conversation?
Well, I found out that there are a lot of pros around here. So I'm boxing a bit above my weight class, as you say in English, I think.
That's a good thing.
On the other hand, that means that I'm one of the person in this group who can learn the most. Okay, to put it in a positive way.
Yeah, beautiful attitude. I would much rather be the person who knows least in the room, because then there's so much to learn. Yeah. I saw Zoom-Benutzer. I'm not sure what your name is, but I saw you're unmuted. Would you like to share something as well?
Oh, yeah. I got the announcement that you're planning a Zoom call a little bit 20 minutes too late. And so hi, I'm Nina. Basically, I'm a little bit overwhelmed right now. I jumped right into this group settings and was astounding how many German speaking people we have. Yeah, so I'm also from Germany. And yeah, for me, I think it's good if we discuss today how it goes. It can also be spontaneous, but if it's so short communicated, I will be a bit chaotic here. But that's fine. That's fine. Keep it improvised. This also can lead to good results if you're not too many. Yeah, and it's good that you mentioned I try to edit my name, maybe I find out how. Glad to be here, nevertheless.
We'll put the link to my website with all the information about this portrait challenge here on Zoom. It should be there, and I'll put it on YouTube as well. It's my website, and then Inktober. If you look for my name, Dorian Eaton, in Inktober, you'll also find it. Has all the details of how it works. But since we are on questions, does anyone have questions, or did questions come up in the group conversations?
There was something that came out on Discord where someone mentioned that, wow, there are a lot of pros around. And I can imagine it can be quite intimidating when people are posting amazing art. So I feel like that's something we should address. And I'm very new at this, so I'm excited to learn from people. But I really, really hope that we can create a space where it feels safe for people to post bad stuff or whatever.
Absolutely, and that we very encouraged.
And for me personally, I'm actually very curious, like, because I learned the shading course and I'm still in the feedback sessions. And so I'm seeing like the newer students post things up, right? But for me, I'm always very curious. For example, like, let's say they get the car shadow wrong. I'm very curious, like, what logic did they use to make that car shadow there? So I feel like, for me, it's a matter of like our mindset, no matter where we are in our learning journey. How can we keep ourselves being very curious about the craft, and then allowing the community to renew ourselves.
Yeah, I listened to a presentation of a sports coach yesterday, and he talked about choking and bomb-proof, being bomb-proof. I really didn't like the way he spoke, but he said some really smart things, useful things. So, you know, when an athlete is doing an important performance at the Olympics or something like that, there are some situations where an athlete like that will choke, meaning freeze up, like completely fall apart psychologically. And one technique that he gave is to ask questions. And there are 2 questions he said you can ask yourself if you feel like that's happening. And for me, I know that feeling absolutely. I'm drawing, and then the drawing is going bad, and I make another line, and oh, it's getting even worse. And I start feeling bad about myself, and downward spiral. And I crash, and I give up, and whatever. So the 2 questions are, number 1, am I here? Because if you're not here, like if you're thinking about what will people think when I post this? Oh, it's going so bad, blah, blah, blah. You're in your head thinking about stuff. You're not here with your drawing. But you're not loving the drawing in a way, like being present with it. And the second question, let's see if I can remember it. What am I doing? Yeah, am I here and what am I doing? So if you answer, am I here? Yes, I'm here, I'm engaged, I'm present. And what am I doing? I'm making a portrait. I'm trying to have fun. Solved. I'm going to try that. I'm sure I will need it. Maybe it's helpful for you too. Any other questions? And Hofan, if you want to add anything to it, or Kia, feel free. If I interrupted you.
Thank you.
Nina.
That's just a very basic one. This whole Kadoodle with the Discord server, is it a separate one from the one that is actually at the moment available, or is it a channel inside of this server?
There are 2 servers, yeah. You just joined the shading course, right?
Yes, I'm on this triple D server.
Yeah. No, that's the right one. Okay. The DDD server, and we will probably change the name. I just put something. That's the public server.
Yeah.
And then there's also a private server for the shading course, which has existed for 2 years. And we may merge them at some point, but for now they're separate to keep the course server focused for students of the shading course.
And everything on Inktober is on Portrait Challenge? Is that correct?
Yeah. That whole server right now is just for the challenge, basically.
Okay. The whole
There's
server.
some sections to talk, like ask general questions too.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe for people on YouTube who are not so familiar with Discord, I can share my screen for a second and show everyone what that looks like.
Yeah, because I was also wondering if we have our own prompts or just want to post the stuff. Is there a place to do that? And I think that if I know that, then I'm good.
So this is Discord, and on the left there's a bunch of channels, and down here is a section called Portrait Challenge. There are guidelines for the challenge. There are daily prompts, prompt ideas where you can suggest prompts for everyone to draw. And then all the drawing prompts themselves are inside the drawing prompts forum. So today we're starting with the one-line portrait. And you can see if you go scroll to the top, there will be the instructions for that prompt. And then you can just post your image and your text in this thread, as everyone has already been doing. It's so cool to see. If you don't like the prompt of the day, you can do any other prompt. Just scroll through here and pick one and post. Or there's also one that's called Just Draw, if you just want to draw. And I think I would keep it to portraits in ink, because we're doing that challenge at the moment.
Cool. Okay. Understood. Thank you.
Thank you for asking. other questions before we move on? Sounds quiet. So get a piece of paper and I would say a pencil, but it can be a pen as well if you want. Pencil. I was muted. I will try to go slowly so you can follow along. And we'll start with drawing 8 lines with even spaces between them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. More or less the same height. And then draw a top and the bottom. This will become our calendar to keep track of the drawings we have done. It might actually be better to do this not in a sketchbook, but in a loose piece of paper. I will probably rip this out and put it on my fridge or on my work table, something like that, so it's visible for the next month. Okay, then draw a middle line vertically. Vertical middle, draw a horizontal line. So far it's easy. The next step is a bit more advanced, but I'm sure you'll manage. We will divide each of these halves, the upper half and the lower half, into thirds. So we need to draw 2 lines that split this into thirds. So more or less here and here. Now we have the bottom half left. Again, thirds. You can also draw it in maybe like this if you want an estimate. If you've done draw a box, you can ghost the lines. Beautiful. Next, label the columns with the weekdays. My week starts with Monday. You can start yours with Sunday as you like, or with Thursday. Maybe I can actually zoom in a little bit here. Okay, then we'll add the dates, small in the corner for me. Today is the 1st of October, Saturday, Sunday 2nd, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 31 will be the Monday, last day of the challenge. So hopefully all of you now have also thought about your level of commitment for yourself with this challenge. Do you want to do it every day, every other day, once a week, or something else? For me, every other day. So I'm going to circle the days on which I will draw. So Saturday I will draw, Sunday pause, or like if I feel like it, I can, but I haven't committed to it. The 3rd here, and then every other day. So I know each day with a circle is a drawing day, and I am going to draw and upload something on Discord. And then, last but not least, I'm going to make a commitment in writing down here. And it includes my name because it's more formal. So I, Dorian, will, or let's say, commit to drawing like that a bit better. Eraser. Hi, Dorian. Commit to drawing every other day. During the month of October. So you can adjust that to whatever you're committing to. And then, second part, because. And now comes the statement that you care about, like your motivation. Why are you doing this? Why is this important? And for me, I want to develop the skill to draw a quick portrait for someone I meet, or even a friend that I have dinner with or something like that, that they get to keep. I've done that in the past, but I'm just too slow. It takes me half an hour or so. And I love that moment when I can hand a drawing that I made of someone and give it to them as a gift. And I want to get faster and better at doing that. How can I phrase this succinctly? Because I want to draw better portraits as gifts for people I meet. That is my why, like my motivation. Cool. I'll give you a moment to finish yours. And then we will draw, and I'll attempt a one-line portrait, and you can do the same. Does anybody have a question about the calendar, or a suggestion maybe for even improving it, or a way in which you're doing it differently?
I'm committing to 31 exercises, but I'm giving myself the flexibility. Like maybe I will do 2 of them one day and then give myself a day off. Or I know I'll be busy that day. So
that makes sense. Material-wise, I have my box of permanent media. You don't belong here, but you do. Where are you? Oh, here. So the classic way, one sec. Classic Inktober pen and ink is nibs like this, which intimidated me for a long time until I had a book project where I needed to draw pen and ink, and then I just tried all of them, and found out a bit which ones I liked and which ones I didn't like. You basically attach them like so, and you can dip this into some ink. The bubble pop. And I'm by no means an ink master. Since I dipped this, let's just do this. And I will attempt to draw my own portrait in one line without lifting the pen off the page. This nib may not work at all for this, so let's find out. And this is tricky because I'm looking at the screen at my picture. Can't lift, but I'm still trying to suggest texture. Oh man, glasses and eyes are gonna be hard. And I'm aware that I might run out of ink. So I'm trying not to like draw too much stuff. Wow, doing this looking at the screen is kind of hard. And this will be a quote-unquote ugly drawing, probably. Oh no, it's running dry. Okay, well, this was my... Wait. There's some sound. I don't know if this was the right sound. Can't hear it myself. A wah sound. So this nib is not the right nib for this. I think this one is better. But you can also use a pen. What is this? Roll pen. A marker. Can we use Copics? Is that allowed? It's permanent, right?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, this one. Mark, if you're watching, I got this one from Mark from India. Very special pen. Which maybe, yeah, that's nice. Color. So let me do a second one. Here. One line portrait. I mean, I touch the page and I don't lift. And I've started with the head, so let me start. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to start with the beard. Some shading. I'll try to go kind of quickly so it's not so boring for you guys. There's a little shadow shape in the ear, and I'm scribbling. You don't have to scribble, but I'm going to use that technique. And I can't lift, like I can't see around my hand. Oh, this is hard. It's double hard because I'm looking at the screen. It's kind of like drawing with a Wacom. So I think it's okay to shade as long as you don't lift your hand off the page. Uh-oh, the ear is too high up, but that's okay. Now the eye I think is important to get the eyes on the same level, so I'll slow down a bit at the eye. Pupils about the same size as well is nice. And then it's a little bit darker on the left side, so let me go down there. And if you want, you can draw mouth. I can't talk and draw my mouth. You can draw me as well, or you can draw something else, but keep it one line. How do I get to the beard underneath? Here. Very light beard over here, so I can vary the pressure. I could try. Moderately successful. Headphones. Okay, so a little bit more eyebrows. I used the part of the glasses there as a bridge to get me from one side to the other, and then the hair, and then I'm done. Still haven't lifted. I have been tempted a few times to lift. I see different shading in my hair, and I'm going to go back to the middle here and add a darker tone. With hair, generally it's nice to keep the hair mass quite unified, so not much contrast. So I'll try that while also keeping this shape a bit darker, but so that all of the hair mass is going to be darker than my skin mass. In some ways, drawing is like juggling, and the more practice you have, the more balls, conceptual balls you can juggle in your head. I could have paid more attention to mark making, for example, but this is already a good challenge. Should I lift? Are we done? Did I miss anything important? The upper lip looks kind of strange. Let me go back. I like not having connected the ear there, so I'm going to go back up the ear. Just design-wise, that's kind of fun. Hey.
The neck, you can do the neck
Round.
a little.
Okay. So upper lip is tricky. Okay, very light. Okay, the neck. I think my head is too tall overall. So maybe I can add some width too. Still haven't lifted, I can still correct. Okay, that's better. Neck, kind of light line. Oh, that's gone a bit too far. How should I stop? Should I draw that arrow at the bottom? Let's just go for it. And now, any tone on the shirt? Or let's finish here. Bing! Done! Yay! And I didn't plan this, but this is perfect. Saturday, 1st of October. Done! So my goal is to do that again in 2 days, and 2 days, and 2 days. If I do it tomorrow too, that's bonus points. Okay, if you have drawn, let me switch back to gallery view and change my camera. If you've drawn, it would be fun if you could hold up your drawing so we can see. Curious to see. Haha. Awesome. Anne-Marie, I love yours. Very cool.
Thank you.
Yay. Thank you. What else do we have planned? Nothing. I think this is the end. And we are just 3 minutes short of an hour. Let me see if I have anything in the presentation. No, just the QR code and the link. But if you're watching this, I'm sure you can get to the Discord link. So I'm going to stop my screen sharing. Today, we start the month of drawing. You're all invited. You can all join with the level of participation commitment that you've chosen. No pressure, but yes, accountability, support as much as you want and need. We'll do these calls like today, once a week, every Saturday. The last Saturday, I will actually be in Japan. And I'm not 100% sure if it's going to work, but I think it should be possible for me to join. And I think we can do it either on Sunday. Saturday I'm flying, I think. So on Sunday the 30th or on Monday the 31st. But we'll keep you posted. That's a month away. Join Discord and share your work. Any last questions before we close?
Thank you, Dorian.
Check YouTube
Thank
as
you very
well.
much.
Hey, is this Balta?
Yes, I'm glad to see you and hear you.
Hola,
I'll be
likewise.
here. Qué gusto verte. Aquí estaré. Muchas gracias.
Qué bien, me alegro.
Ja, bis nächste Woche.
Anything else?
See you next week.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everybody.
Have a
Thank
good
you,
week, everyone.
Dorian.
You
Bye-bye.
too.
Thank
Bye.
you, Ofan.
See
Thank you,
you.
Kia.
See you.
See you next week and see you in Discord.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
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 Bye.